Welcome. Today we have Dr. Dean and Keenan Great with us today, and I'm Jared Casey. I'm the host today. Dr. Ding has graciously come to share his time with us and share some of the wisdom he's learned over his practice in Chinese medicine. And also, he's a published author that has created many astounding things for people. This one's called Believe in Your
Self
For
your health.
Your health. Believe in
Yeah.
yourself for your health. Today, we're going to go over a couple topics. We're going to talk a little about a journey in my own life with my wife and her health journey in the medical system and into the holistic health system. And then we're going to talk a lot about the journey that Dr. Ding has been on in his practice as well as his work. So, Dr. Ding, why don't you introduce yourself? And Keenan, why don't you introduce yourself? And we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I'm Marshall Ding, licensed acupuncture doctor / Oriental medicine doctor since 1999 in Salt Lake City, Park City. One time we have office in Tualatin, Oregon. But anyway, too much work for me, so back to here. So that's where we start. But a few days ago, we completed a book called Believe Yourself for Your Health. The reason is a lot of people try to follow some called expert health providers, and up not a lot of result, especially sustainable result, okay, of health life. And that's what we like to do. Well, I want to figure out, what do I like to do? Keep not only them have people healthy when they come to my office and help them recover, but how do we help people to achieve a sustainable health life forever? Okay, there's a way to do it. Start with believe yourself. Okay, but anyway, we'll talk about this subject in a little bit later. And also, we need a compass. Life is a journey without a compass, you're gonna have lost journey, chaos journey. 100% guaranteed. Okay, vice versa. You have a compass, you're never going to fail. Of course, compass doesn't guarantee anybody not fail, but a compass will guarantee anybody you go out of track of healthy life or healthy things you do in life, it will let you know, just like a GPS. So you can come back quickly and less damage done to you. Okay, I'll turn the time to Keenan.
Yeah, Keenan. Well, my name's Keenan. I'm a 30-year-old, born and raised in Utah. Had a lot of health issues growing up and a lot of differences. I grew up obese for 25 years and finally made a change in the last 4 years. Worked in the natural medicine and health space with Dr. Ding for at least the last 10 years. So I've seen a lot of people back and forth with their health or just trying to be healthier. So that's what we really aim to achieve at our clinic and what we do, Yeah.
So, and Keenan's, he's kind of underselling it. He's a fitness king now. That's why I call him Keenan Great. He
Big guns.
he could probably try out for the next Hulk movie if he really wanted to. So, you've definitely taken that child obesity and you've just destroyed it, man. Good job.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
for you. He's also a really kind person. I've known Keenan for a little while now, probably 2 years or so.
Yeah.
Maybe close to that, as my wife and I have come into the clinic. And he's always got a smile on his face. He's always kind and a good representation of, I think, Dr. Ding's message, knowing and caring about practice. So, Dr. Ding, I'd love to hear, before I get into my story, my wife's story, I'd love to hear why are you in this field? Like, what drew you into the healing industry?
Started was childhood, maybe 5-6 years old, right? I had a childhood asthma. So mom, dad was busy. So quick fixing, go get the drugs and stuff like that. And not too long after, I don't know exactly the date, but developed allergy reaction to various conventional drugs. And at one time almost killed me because my reaction to the medicine, whatever medicine, I still don't know for sure at this point. And my throat choked up and I couldn't breathe. So we literally called an ambulance, or I didn't call, mom called it, sent me to the hospital. I was pretty much gone. Couldn't breathe at all. Okay, so, and scared the heck out of me. And more my parents, my mom and me. So she decided, well, it's not going to work. What are we going to do? But, luckily in China, it's not too hard to find a Chinese medicine doctor, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So days, maybe 100 years ago, it might have been harder.
Yeah. So it took about, I believe, 7, 8, no more than 9 months between acupuncture and herbal medicine and my childhood asthma cured. Okay, no more. And I was pretty impressed. And then I was thinking, what if a mom, dad, passed away one day? I'd be on myself. I got to learn some knowledge. So that's where I start interested in Chinese medicine. That's what eventually I grew up, but that's what I studied. Okay. So anyway, So throughout the years, I see all kind of health issue. Everybody claims, and especially in modern days, very confusing. Everybody, have is cure for this, that, one smart guy than another, on the block every day, okay, 24/7. But really, the fact that statistics haven't shown our general overall health is not no better than old days. If anything, more diseases, okay? Or, in your field, you have psychotherapy, you do counseling to a lot of people, and you've seen that too, only getting more, not less.
Oh yeah.
Psychiatric problems, so is physical health, because they interrelate to each other. There is no way you're mentally healthy, but physically is not, or physically, healthy, you're mentally is not. You know what I'm saying? So they interrelate to each other always, because the facts, for example, thoughts is a stimulant of a chemical releasing. Stressful thoughts, tension thoughts, negative thoughts, whatever. Okay, instantly cause the brain to release stress hormone, cortisol, like the guy said, and all kind of negative chemical releasing. Vice versa, positive thoughts, happy thoughts, and laughing everything off, that stimulate brain release stress. Endorphin. Endorphin is the best chemical to energize body cells, help self-healing mechanism, works for highest efficiency, and also prevent deterioration of organ cell tissue. Not only be healthier, you will live longer and happy. Okay, so a lot of benefit to it. Now, sustainable. Jesus, English is my second language. You can tell, right?
You're doing great.
Yeah, I speak. That's why I tell my patients I don't speak English. I speak Chinglish. Yeah, it's really cool. So anyway. How do we reach it? The fact is, the true health. I look at the statistics. I look at the facts. Not much into theory. The facts, right? What they do, right? Everybody think about it. A second, they will know it. The facts, the true health life of a human being on this planet of Earth for thousands of years since we've been here. Never ever show the statistical facts that is a result of most expensive healthy food and mostly fancy some kind of a sports activity, one sports activity, and so forth. It's already a combination. Right, it's the balance of all aspects, 5 aspects of life: energy, emotion, physical, nutrition, social. I always tell people, you're never going to be healthy by eating healthy alone. You're never going to be healthy and be a muscle tone, right? Never going to do it. A positive mentality alone is never going to make it. But 4 or 5 aspects of balance of life. So we need a compass. Life is a journey without a compass. You're going to have a lost journey, chaos journey, miserable journey. For everybody.
So something I want to interject here, and we talked about this last time we spoke. There seems like there's this theme, and we hear it a lot. I heard it literally this morning. My dad he's so healthy. Like, he's one of the most exercise fit guys I know. He eats really good. Boom, he's got a stent coming now. He's got a stroke happening. All this chaos. His heart's going to explode. I don't know if it's bad. Like, it's really bad, and like everyone's on fear alert. If that could happen to them, it's happening to me. What do you say to that?
Yes. So number one, I want to share with the people, there is no such thing all of a sudden hell happened. All of a sudden heart attack, all of a sudden stroke, all of a sudden cancer. All those things never come out of a sudden. Okay, it's accumulation. Yeah, body that's not how physiology works. Yes, all of a sudden ski accident, auto accident, you know what I'm saying? That happens.
Sort of trauma accident.
Yes, chronic disease never all of a sudden. It's on ignoring, come out of ignoring, or somebody don't know what to do. We just put off with it. Find anybody there, just say, hey, you know what? You don't take care of me. I'm not going to take care of you. I'm going to send you away. That's really what it comes from. Okay, running water never stale. Moving hinge never rusted. It's in this book. It's the foundation. It's the principle, nature. Keep all things healthy in this entire universe. Universe existence because it has balance. Galaxy existence because it has balance. How do you get into balance? Reach the balance. Running water never stale. Moving hinge never rust. Keep everything moving in orderly fashion, just like water, river stream in nature. If you keep these moving orderly fashion, no cyst, no tumor, no mold, no rot, no stale, no stinky stuff can ever grow in them. Tell me that's truth. No. Here's the thing. That's the book. The major difference compared to all the books I know of, maybe you too, okay, is this book wanted people, following laws of nature. Okay, nature, the formula nature uses to keep all things healthy in this entire universe is called a balance. And anybody use the common sense, conscience, and you will find out the same result. Okay? So the balance is it. Okay? Action to achieve balance is called a running water never stale. Moving, you never get rusted. Keep everything moving in orderly fashion. Okay? So, and then be specific balance of 5 aspect balance of life. Now, Jerry, you can tell again. Is that a fact? All human fails. You know anybody never fell?
No, I
So
don't.
you don't. You sure, huh?
I haven't met anyone yet.
That's the one reason. Number one reason you don't follow everybody or anybody smarter than you. Okay, they can make a mistake too. Okay, the smartest person on this planet. Earth. Second, the statistics never show true health of human being is dependent on one specific diet, one specific exercise, one specific lifestyle. No, people around the world, anywhere, New York, Tokyo, Shanghai, China, Africa, Germany, whatever. They all have people live over 100 years old health. They all have a different diet, completely. They all can make it. Why? So it's not somebody promoted on the book that tell you scientific study show eat this diet will be healthy. Doesn't work. Never did, never will. Instead, one of the important things I tell people, not only season provides you, there's a reason. Nature is the master. You cannot change that. Right? There is a reason in Salt Lake. We have summer, we have local berries, peaches, melons. Why? Because nature requires us to eat more of those things. We've had heat exhaustion, toxic heat build up, extreme so forth, right? And vice versa. In winter, nobody will die of heat exhaustion in Utah. Do you know anybody die? No?
I'm aware of it.
That's why those things doesn't grow, right? So that's why instead we need to, eat more like we have neighbor state Idaho potato, more carbs.
Squash.
Yeah. People here shoot, what is it, Bambies, you can eat Bambies, and not try to be mean, right?
Some of the nuts you stored up like a squirrel.
Right, correct. Yeah. Roast nuts. Why? Because a human being, we are the only creature requires kitchen to live. There is reason to. Again, back to nature. Why? No, why? Nature made us that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why all animals, they can live off the dirt. Okay? Not only cooking it, but they can live off right off the dirt. How many human beings can live off the dirt, be healthy, longevity healthy? Don't know anyone yet.
No, they tend to have a deficiency.
Correct. Yeah, that's the things. Again, believe yourself. No matter how many people tell you scientific study, you can eat all the raw stuff. You know what I'm saying? No facts. Again, no facts ever show somebody live over 100 years old healthy by living off the raw everything. There's no such not a human. Caveman, they did. They live under the raw meat, everything. Their life expectancy only about 30 years of age. Look at a history book. Go to the library. Yep. All cavemen. Chinese, Germans, you know what I'm saying? Americans, all cavemen. They don't last because human being doesn't have that kind of digestive organ to absorb nutrients. Like bottom line is absorb nutrients from uncooked food, raw food. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it is. But with the exception, of course, any food, you can extract the juice out of it. You can eat it raw. All the fruits, including banana, avocado, But other than that, you have to cook them for better absorption. You're not going to die right off, eat broccoli, snow peas, but in the long term, you will be malnourishing and maybe sicker than everybody else. You will die younger than them. Just physiology. No, don't believe me. If you say you believe, no, not me. That's the whole point. Believe yourself. Your common sense already told you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think if you look at some of the science and as they dig into it, there's definitely a big part of how we respect our food.
Right.
And I think that's kind of one of the messages is when you do eat, respect it and enjoy it, chew it and salivate it. Let it become something of enjoyment. Or you look around American culture, I don't know if it's but a lot of people don't even think when they eat. They just stuff their face. I went on a cruise with my wife and no offense, but it's kind of like the funnest people watching you.
Yeah.
You get 6 trays of food in front of one person. You're like, why? Why are they eating so much food? And I gained 5 pounds, but I gained 5 pounds watching people gain 5 pounds. It was contagious. But there's just no respect for that relationship with the food they have. And in my field, we look at that. Well, what's going on, Mint? Why is someone not respected? What emotion are they trying to eat? Are they trying to make depression go away by eating more? Are they trying to make their anxiety be less by eating? They're trying to fill the love of a loss in their life, fill a void. So that's kind of where that crosses. All right, now, how do we move from overeating or indulgence to balance?
Balance, exactly. Back to balance again. So what is one other question, right? People ask me, what's the healthiest food you can eat? What's the good diet? the true healthy diet, only one, right? It's called balanced diet. Balanced definition, I want to make it very clear. Balanced definition is do what you need, not what's good for you. Totally different. Okay, that's why everybody says, yeah. So, okay, that's called a balance. Okay, I use this example a lot. If someone has a vitamin D deficiency, then go to Costco, get a vitamin D. Then go to Mexico in a beach and get a naked or something. You know what I'm saying?
Get some sunlight. Had some enjoyment.
Oh, that's a great vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? Your eyes need a help, then get some more vitamin A. Blueberries, carrots or something like that. But instead you take a vitamin A, vitamin K, or something for your vitamin D deficiency. It's not going to help. That's why a lot of people think to get into by the way, vitamin pills, no statistics, no facts ever show. True longevity healthy human being is a result of taking vitamin pills. Zero. And will be forever, because that's not how laws of nature works. It's claims. Everybody claims. My vitamin can do this, my vitamin. No, true longevity, you look at it all over the world. Okay? In a book I talk about, there's a guy 101 years old from England, right? And 101 years old, right? He's a full-time manual car wash for Rolls-Royce rental company or something, limousine company, right? And he did a half marathon before the interview, all right? And he finished the marathon. Somebody asked me, how did you do? He said, I did great because I was number one. And the interviewer, whatever reporter, was shocked. Wow. Yeah, he said, yeah, I was the number last one.
Number last one.
Because all he cared, that's what he wanted to do.
Finish it.
He did it. That's all that matters. They dealt with everybody else. I did what I want. I'm number one. So now that's one more question. Very catchy. The reporter asked him, what vitamin you take to keep yourself healthy? He said, what vitamin? I don't keep junks in my house. No, none of the junks in my house. So, they asked him, what do you eat, to keep yourself, food-wise? He said, well, there are times that I eat a salad, go get a salad. There are times that I eat fish and chips, I eat fish and chips. What an attitude. That's called a healthy attitude, But I'm quite sure he doesn't stuff himself. So eat until not full, okay? I'm sorry, eat until not hungry. Don't ever eat full, very important. In the book, again, I introduced the physiology, how things works. The bios, the stomach muscle contraction, reach the highest efficiency. Not only you absorb the best, but you limit the best. Okay, better absorption, better immune system, better self-healing mechanism works. Okay, anybody use common sense, you will follow the logic. Somebody, one of the patients tell me, he said, hey doc, sometimes when I follow my common sense and I mess up things, The fact is, I say, well, that's not because the common sense is not working. It's not used enough. Like Americans said, you don't use it, you lose it. Everybody born with common sense and a conscience. Okay, you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. Physiology. That's how law of nature works. So anyway, that's somewhat. I just want to ask you a little bit. Your wife, like a lot of patients, right? First thing they do have a certain health issue. They go to regular medicine, and what makes you come to do the Chinese voodoo then?
That's a great question. My wife's health journey started a long time ago. I mean, honestly, when I first met her, she was 15, 16. I was 17.
Wow.
I was 17 years old, young love.
Sounds like a child abuse.
I was young and dumb, and she was way more mature than me. Yeah. But even then, she had some health issues. She had a lot of anxiety, and she would throw up a lot just from being stressful and nervous and all that. And when we, got married several years later, those issues didn't just go away. And then they kind of morphed. I mean, she had migraines, and they turned into, one day she woke up with half her body was numb. And they, everyone told us, go to the emergency room, go to University of Utah. They're the best. They'll fix her up right. They'll get you right in. And, they did get us in, but the news wasn't great. We had this really sweet doctor. She came up. She's like, hey, I got some news for you. And she tells my wife, she's like, you have multiple sclerosis. And my wife says, oh, thank goodness. I thought you were going to say cancer. But she never adopted the MS diagnosis as her personality. She's like, that's just a label. And she didn't accept it. She's like, no, I'm gonna beat this. And the doctor said, well, it's not really curable. Like, it's not something you can just beat. Take this drug, take this medication, we'll fix this. Well, she starts taking these medications for MS, and she gets these crazy side effects. Started having 104 fevers every day. And the answer was take high doses of Aleve to cool the fever every day. And do that forever. And after about a year of this, She's swollen. She's got pop marks all over her body from the injection sites because they have her rotating these injection sites because they don't want the scar tissue to build up in one spot. A hell damaged car. You got a discount out of Texas because of this hell damaged car. And she's just depressed. She could barely walk 20 feet without having to sit down. She's like, this just doesn't work. This is not feeling good. And one of her friends said, hey, come and learn about some of this holistic stuff. Invite her over to one of those parties where they share some samples and talk to her and try some holistic stuff. They gave her some supplements that were all like natural, really good. And they gave her some like advice on how to eat, right? And she started changing just a couple of things, and pretty quickly she felt really good. She's like, that's weird. I feel really good. So she went off that medication because she felt like crap. And, they still put her on something different. And the journey went on. So our medical journey went from MS to fevers to seizures. So seizures started happening. That's scary. Her first one was in our yard, and she fell and hit her head on a rock. And it scared the neighbors. It scared everybody. It scared my kids. My kids were all of a sudden like tense and nervous. And I think we're still dealing with some trauma from that today. Because if she says a noise that sounds like a seizure, she'll go, like that. My kids are like, oh, Mom, shut up, Mom, stop. So now she just kind of messes with them a little bit. After being punks. So she's got a good sense of humor about it. But the things just kept morphing and morphing. So we just went down this rabbit hole of feeling mistrust in the medical system, that every time they'd give us a solution, there was 10 sides. And they never really had a goal to cure her. Their goal was to keep her symptoms low enough that she could live somewhat of a life. And we felt like if she'd stayed on that trajectory, she'd probably be wheelchair bound and dead by now, or completely debilitated, non-disability and non-functioning. But we started asking around. We tell people, hey, what do you got? And we just started searching, and we found things like foot zoning. We found things like yoga, and then we found acupuncture with you through a friend. And that was one of the first times she just started to really feel good, really good. She'd go in feeling foggy, and she'd leave feeling clear-headed. And you gave her so much hope because you're willing to talk about solutions, and you're willing to talk about let's not keep you on these herbs forever. Let's get you healed and healthy. And that, I think, was kind of like a big push for her to feel like there was definitely an end at the end of the tunnel, that she didn't have to stay in suffering her whole life. However, she's learned a lot from that. She doesn't want to stay in. So that's kind of been our journey. And at this point, we're trying to not be bitter towards the medical system because we've felt so cheated by it, so abused by it. Like we're just guinea pigs in a lab. And answers we get have been less than successful. And we try not to blame the doctors because we think they're stuck in kind of a system that's not built well. Now, we talked about, they split everything into little pieces and say, fix this part, and don't look at the whole. And they only have 10 minutes to do it. And then they send you out with a bunch of medicine. I don't know. I don't blame the system too much, but at the same time, very, very grateful for the other side. Learning about nature, learning about balance, learning about the compass, practicing those things in a daily way that start to build up continually longer days, less days.
Yeah, I just want to know, so roughly how long she has been seeing us?
She's been seeing you, I think,
I forgot.
maybe 3.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I noticed, I think what we did, right? Talk about a sustainable health. Because I remember I see her 2-3 times a week in the beginning. And up to now, maybe 3 months or half a year, you know what I'm saying? And that's things I really, really like to see to all my patients. That's the purpose we're doing that. Now, one thing I want to explain to the public, conventional medicine has its place, like everything else. But the conventional, we fix the symptom. We never, bring the cause back. And the conventional doesn't do prevention. It's not another field. It's not bad. It's conventional medicine. We do just, suppress symptoms. You can function better, exactly like you said. The problem is with a lot of negative side. Okay, that's a problem. And so
they say them really, really fast, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. So I tell people, in comparison, conventional medicine to regular holistic medicine, include Chinese, right? I tell people use example like a computer repairman, right? You hire a repairman to your house to fix a computer. He knows all the wiring. keyboards, screen, how they're connected together, but they don't know anything about electricity. That's what it is. The energy system, conventional never taught. It's not bad. It's basically like Americans say called a half-ass job. That's what it is. That's what it is. Can you imagine a guy coming here fixing a computer? He doesn't know any. Your computer designed 110 volt, right? If it runs 50 volt, I think nothing gonna work right. It will work. We're lit up. And this guy come in and fix it. He check all the keyboards, the screen, and later on say, well, looks fine to me, and that's what it is. Migraine headache is another one, right? 99% of people who have migraine headache, they don't have brain tumors. Conventional medicine will say, stick your head in a CT, MRI, whatever. I say, oh, no, you're fine because I don't see anything in it. But the fact that people have a migraine headache, I wouldn't call it fine people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Nobody will feel fine.
Well, even on that one, like I went to you for migraines, and I don't get migraines. If I do get them, it's super mild, and I get back in for another session.
Yeah. So we treat it, that's again sustainable. I remember I treated you for a few times in a row too.
Yeah.
And I told you as time goes on, you have less frequency, less, eventually no more. And if you have, in case, just use some herbal periodically as you need it.
And I was getting to the point where, like, I guess I'm just the migraine guy.
Yeah.
I just got to shut the engines down and
lifetime
under a blanket for a day and a half.
Yeah.
And my sensitivity to light was super high, and that's gone way down. And it's another one of those things, like, super grateful that there's another option. I don't have to be on a pill now.
Yeah. And the plus negative side effect pills. All pills do, 100%. That's another thing the public doesn't know. 100% prescription have negative side effect, a matter of degree, how severe it is. 100%. One other information I want to share with the public is that, a lot of people don't know. Doctors, we don't know anything about the drugs because no doctors, hardly any doctors study in a medicine school. There is no such thing, pharmaceutical class in a medicine school. They don't do that. All right? They talk about a little bit here, there. So if anybody want to know detailed information about a medication, ask a pharmacist, not a doctor. Totally different.
So they study.
Yeah. So they upgrade, and that's all they study for. So anyway, the bottom line is learn how to live a sustainable, healthy life. Learn how to believe yourself first. How do you do it? Oh, that's another thing the patient asked me. I believe you, what you said, but how do you do it? So it's simple, way simpler than you think. How do you know how to walk? You didn't born know how to walk, right? Did you? No.
No, I'm aware of.
What
a giraffe.
Yeah, anything. How do you make it work, right? How do you learn it? Practice
and
repetition. Repetition creates a habit. Habit is something we do without effort, period. I don't think anybody born with depression, I don't think anybody was born happy. You know what I'm saying? So through the years of life experience, you choose a choice, the surrounding environment. So it's a social balance. Here we talk about social balance, very important. Okay, so your surrounding kind of give you influence, what it's supposed to be about. And then, if you don't use common sense, you will fall into it. You know what I'm saying? If you use common sense, conscience, it will tell you that people say, what is common sense? Common sense is the knowledge that we collected from throughout a lifetime. And you use this knowledge to measure what you hear, do, see. Okay? So you can make a better choice. So knowledge is another thing. The reason people don't use common sense, they fall into who is smarter, they measure by how many degrees have. College degree, how much things you travel more than everybody. Yes, more information. Knowledge and a college degree represent information. That's it. It's nothing to do with intelligence. Okay? You do as I do, right? You know as I do, right? How many stupid people with a college degree in this world? Countless. How many stupid doctors in this world? I'm sorry, I agree myself. I hope not one. Countless. You can't even count. There's how many stupid people with a college degree. Okay, so knowledge has nothing to do with intelligence. Knowledge has to do with information. How to apply knowledge to produce positive things, healthy things. That represented intelligence. Knowledge can be used to be very destructive. World War II, people, the Nazis built a gas chamber, kill all the Jews, something like that. Yeah, it requires knowledge. Is that called a smart? Look at the end. They're not very smart. They destroy themselves because knowledge is misused. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I really want to rouse people. Wake up. Don't let other people. There's somebody smart than you. I hate to tell you. If you believe that, I hate to disappoint you. The nature of God never created somebody smarter than you. They created somebody. Yes, everybody has different talent. Luciano Pavarotti, great singer. I can practice singing. I'll be very good at it, but he got a little talent on that end. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many examples. People thinking they can't do something because they don't meet a certain qualification. I used to feel that way about myself. I used to think I can't do math. Math is just really dumb, I guess. But then I had a teacher, a college professor, say to me and the whole class, but she was speaking to me because I knew I was the one. And she said, all you are here can do, man. You all have brains that work just fine.
Yeah.
The only difference is how hard you work. If you choose to put the work in, you'll do just fine in math. Your brain works just as good as anybody else's. But if you choose not to put the work in, well, guess what?
Yeah.
You're probably going to fail at math.
Yeah.
And I remember that, and I failed her class anyway.
That's cool.
And the reality was I was more interested in girls and having fun and all that than I wasn't studying math at that time of my life. But later on, when I settled down, math was easy. I put the work in, I signed up for a tutor, and I knocked out all my college math in like 8 weeks doing a tutoring program. Like, why did I do that before? I wasn't ready. I hadn't accumulated enough intelligence. I wasn't wise enough. I had the knowledge what I needed to do.
Okay, here's an example I just want to share with the people, okay? Even though Jared, they think he's not good in math, through the practice, okay? Use the brain, think, practice. It's really easy than you think. One of the question people, a lot of patients tell me, hey, doc, it's easy said than done. Is that an American thing? Is that, Jared?
What's the
Easy said than done.
Yeah, I got that.
Anybody say that, I say, you know what?
You can't say that in your book. I can't say that anymore.
Yeah, I say, you know what? Yeah.
Out on it all the time.
Because the reality, that's called a BS. There is no such thing. People, remember, there is no such thing. I'll tell you, I'm going to prove to you that, okay? There is a formula. Guy upstairs created, or God or nature, whatever you believe, right? It's called easy done and said. You know how do we prove that? Every single thing on this planet of Earth, in practice, is getting easier. Is it? If it's something not, you let me know. We'll learn too. Jerry's ready to learn that too. There's no such thing. So anybody believe easy said, and that you believe BS man created. There's no such thing. That formula doesn't exist. It's man-made BS, okay? So easy done and said. Okay, it's proved by every single thing on this planet Earth since we arrived at the Earth, even before we arrived at Earth. Repetition, okay? Make it easier. I want to call it, somebody said, practice make it perfect. I don't really perfect, but making it easier. Easy peasy,
I hear a lot with my clients, something similar. They say, oh, change is just so hard. I'll say, change isn't actually that hard. The choice to change might be hard.
Yeah.
But as soon as you make that choice, it's easier done.
Yeah.
You go start doing it.
Everything.
And it all falls in place and decide.
Yeah.
I've decided to live healthy. Decided to be someone who tells the truth. Decided to be someone who lives with values. And you focus on that, and it is not complicated. Just start doing it.
Yeah. As a Chinese culture, I was saying, good life is simple life. Where simple life come from us. We make it be. Another patient, oh my goodness, he's a very good guy, very good patient. According to America, he's very successful. Okay, very good man. Now, the good man to me is more important than successful. Why he's successful? Got a private jet, and I was on it.
It's cool.
One of the things he said, what is his? Oh, it is what it is, right?
I hate that.
Yeah, I think that's not a BS man created. There is no such thing. It is. Yeah, it is
Like
what you
saying that
make it is. Why?
I was saying it.
Yeah, it is what you make it is.
I even hate it in Spanish. Es como es. I'm like, it's still bad. I don't care if you change the language.
Yeah, there's no such thing. That's why we're all born. We're all born with common sense, conscience equally. Okay, Bill Gates doesn't have more common sense, conscience than anybody else. He just usable. He's making money, and I got a lot of money. We didn't put in using money. We put in the healthcare, and no money. Well, I have money, but I always pay everybody else. Start with the Joe Biden. First, you got to pay him. You talk about it. Had the money, but just gone. So, anyway. Yeah, so the whole point of this conversation I want to share with the people, to start with living true health, a sustainable true health life, start with believing yourself. Practice. You get there before you know it. It's simple, it's easy, and a very inexpensive. Learn the compass balance. What is balance? Okay, balance, 5 aspect balance of life: energy, emotion, physical, nutrition, social. You cannot miss any one of them because they are working incorporated with each other. Okay. So,
something in that too, and I want to hear from Keenan in a second.
Yes.
So get yourself prepared, Keenan. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
I'm going to spice it up. With those different levels of balance, sometimes I find it in my own life, if I don't feel ready to work on one area of it, it doesn't mean I just don't work. I work on another area. So if let's say I'm kind of struggling with my emotions, well, I might work a little harder on my physical health. And then my emotions will kind of come along for the ride. And then maybe I hit a plateau and then I really feel like I want to do more physical. So then I work on my emotional health and I'll do some more self-care. I'll take some hot baths and go on some walks. I'll do some reading, some relaxation, meditation. And all of a sudden I feel more energetic and now I can go back and work on my physical. And then maybe my social health's been struggling and I just haven't put myself out there. So for me, it's like, for me to get to that place of balance, I can't just stop. I need to all right, I need to be self-aware where I'm at in my life, take an inventory check, and what can I do instead of doing nothing. I practice in my life what I call the and principle. Maybe I don't feel very good, and I'm still going to go to the movies with my friends because I haven't hung out with them in so long. Or I don't feel very happy today, and I'm still going to clean the kitchen and be friendly to my wife and children because that's what I believe in. And guess what? I might feel happier by the end of the day. But if I put a button there and just stop my life, it all slows down. It comes to a grinding halt, and my anxiety, my depression, everything just kind of goes high. So at least for me, I love the balance, but I also love working on it wherever I can and see it touch the results.
okay. What is the question for Keenan?
Keenan, so you mentioned earlier that you had childhood obesity. Did you find there was some emotional piece in there that contributed to that? Or what was kind of your self-discovery around that obesity and how have you worked through it today?
Yeah. So, I mean, childhood obesity since up to 25, I'd say, or even 26. But there's always that back in your mind where you think and you're just not happy with yourself and you don't like the life you're living. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being obese. It's the life you live, the quality of life. Some people can live a healthy, happy life being overweight or obese. I was not one of them. And a big thing about that was, I tell people many times, it was a journey that started 10 years when I was, probably 20 years old. I wanted to lose weight and I never really got the results until I hit 26. And it's literally like you guys were saying, it's easier said than done. No, it's the other way around. I just, people come up and talk to me. They're like, wow, it must have been hard. And I was like, I thought back to it. I was like, it wasn't hard. I just did the things. I did the things that needed to be done to lose weight that worked for me. And I added one thing at a time, from dieting, meal prepping, whatever it may be, cutting, swapping foods out to, I remember I tell everybody, I wasn't sure if I'd lose weight, but I started walking just in place, watching a TV show. I was like, I'm not sure if this is going to work. Then 3 months later, I was about 30 pounds down. And I was like, I guess it worked. And it wasn't, and then my mind was set on, I went home and I did it. It became a routine. It became a habit. 3 months in, a lot of people lose motivation within 2 weeks. And once you get past that, it's actually, like you guys said, it's easier done than said. It really is. And you just keep doing it and you start enjoying it. And when you have a goal in something you want to go towards, you feel better.
Something you said that there's kind of a common pitfall that a lot of people go into when they want to make a big change in their life. They try to do it all at once really fast.
Yeah.
And then they beat themselves up. Well, why didn't I do it? How come I failed? Like, why did I not succeed? What I'm hearing you say is you first identify why you wanted to change. And you figure out why. That gives you a big chunk of motivation. And then you took practical, simple steps to practice a different way. In some ways that's framed as like the 10% or the 1% method or cumulative effect over time.
Yeah.
And then if you get a result, it feels really good. But if you get like a disappointing result, it doesn't feel all that bad. I'm sure there was days where you didn't have massive weight and you probably didn't have to beat yourself up that.
I remember, I think everybody that has gone to do weight loss has had those days where they're just like, I messed up. I ate a lot of food today. And we've all been in that part where we try to compensate on the day after. I remember I told myself that day that I would like eat too much or go off my diet plan. I was like, you just get on track. Same thing as you were doing as usual the next day. You don't try to compensate, and don't try to just get back on track, and it just keeps going. And I remember he's not, call me Keenan the Great or I have big muscles or whatever. I had worked out 8 months with 2 dumbbells and I was like, I want to make sure I do this consistently before I get a gym membership. And after that, it's just been uphill from there. I just have fun. A lot of people I talk to have a lot of high blood pressure these days. And I was like, you just haven't played enough, A lot of people, high blood pressure. It's like, they're like, I need exercise. I'm like, no, you just didn't play enough. You need to go find the activity that you enjoy doing because that's what you'll do for the rest of your life.
Ironically, I met the game, the beanbag toss cornhole.
Yeah.
Met this guy and he was like going to tournaments and he made these custom boards and he told me he used to be obese. He's like, I used to be like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
But I lost 200 pounds, 24 feet at a time. Throw the beanbag, walk down, pick it up, throw it, walk down. And he just kept doing tournament after tournament and he was slimmed out.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was fun. Did something I enjoyed, had fun. I was getting exercise, 24 feet at a time.
I think that's a key example of easy done. That's it. Okay. The key is play. That's one of the things in my book talk about physical balance. One of the questions people ask me, what exercise do you do to keep yourself healthy? I say, you know what? Life is too short. I don't have time to exercise. I play ski, play e-bike, play swimming, I play pickleball. But I don't remember pickleball scoring because that sucks. Waste my time. 1 to 10. That's it. I make my own scoring. I have patient tell me, "Oh, teach you, doc. How to score. Easy." I say, "No, I teach you. If yours is easier than me, I follow you. If my easier, you follow me. Just like tennis." And what is it? Do say, shut up. What have time? American. We're busy, man. What have time? 1 to 10. That's it. So what now? In physiology, when you play in anything you do, activity, included all sports, right? Include the yard work. Okay. If you're doing play mode, the body is relaxed, veins, vessel, energy channel, meridian dilates, maximize the circulation of oxygen, red blood cell, endorphins, electric energy, chi. You perform better, less chance get injury. If you do get injured, recover faster. This is the physiology. You believe it's going to work that way. You don't believe it, still going to work that way. Nature is a master. Nature doesn't care what you believe. Nature cares. Its law is followed. So that's the nature, how nature laws works. Okay, that's Keenan is an example. Prove it. And it's sustainable. I don't know how many months, maybe a year. I don't know. What I'm saying? He lost, in the beginning, quite a few pounds, 80, 90 pounds. I mean, that's a person to me. I'm only weighing 50 pounds. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm a person as I do.
Yeah. I just imagine, you carry down them.
You lost.
I mean, you just try to carry a 90-pound dumbbell around and you're like, wow, that is heavy. That is heavy. Even 20 pounds is heavy. I'm like, wow, that is a heavy dumbbell sometimes,
Like that used to be on me.
Yes. And that's better for your knees, your joints, just moving around. Yeah,
well, every pound you lose, it leaves 3 pounds of pressure.
I did not know that. So.
What?
It's a triple effect.
Triple effect.
Is that for real?
That's for real, yeah.
Oh, gee.
So, and I like the lifestyle thing. Part of why I've been seeking to get in shape is I want to spend more time playing with my kids.
Play
healthier.
Yeah. Play.
And that play thing's real. I went to a conference with therapists. There was probably 50 therapists in the audience, and the instructor was talking about the value of play.
Uh-huh.
And she said, you talk to your clients all day long about these kind of things, but who in here actually has played in the last 6 months? Raise your hands. Me and one other person raised our hands. Yeah. So 48 of these therapists do not play. They don't have fun. They don't engage. They're too busy.
Yeah.
Same thing with a lot of doctors. They're too busy, and then they wonder why they die earlier.
Oh, that's another thing I want to share with the public, right? So a lot of health profession, okay, include Atkins diet, the guy dropped there to 70, 71 years old or whatever. The guy promoted meat, fat, protein, what I'm saying? He's the only one of them a lot of people know, but many of them did a so-called study, and all the experts, actually they died, their life expectancy no longer than anybody else. A lot of them, they dropped dead before, regular people. So my question asking you, if you want to follow somebody, live longevity, healthy, as a role model, be a healthy person, why are you following somebody that, dead before you do? 72, at least to me, not a very long age, longevity. especially in the health profession.
Well,
And many doctors.
That's really common. Surgeons have like the shortest life expectancy.
Yeah, that part of statistic they never tell public. They forgot, I think. And then that, but I remind you. I remember public. That's okay. Maybe one day I'll get in trouble.
So Keenan, go back to you real quick. Did you find, was there any emotion that came up as you lost the weight, or that you had to work through to go through all that? Like, was there any time mentally you can put a pin in? Like, that's an acupuncture pun. Did you like that one?
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. Put a pin in it. I just remember the progress mentally going to the gym. It started with, I have to go to the gym. I need to go. So first of all, you have to because you're trying to be healthier. And then it becomes, I need to maintain what you've built. And now it's just like, I want to. Like, I need it. I need to go to the gym.
Love it.
And then, but a lot of people, like going back to that play topic, even the people that go to the gym, like I would say 70% of them or so are so fixated on like, I have to go harder. I didn't go hard enough, or they're just too hard on like the point is to be healthier, And I remember gym culture is very interesting, and it's not enough play. Like I always make it's an opportunity to go to the gym. So whenever I go, I'm always, you got to smile. Every heavy set I go, you have to focus and you smile. It's an opportunity. It's fun. We're there to be, have fun. And it can be PRs, but train safely. It's really, yeah.
No, I love that. And I respect that. And one of the things we look at in our industry is we try to help people reframe their language and get to that point where you recognize you need to. There might be some pain in your life. I need to choose something different. Then you get the results, and you first kind of have to, then you need to keep the results. And then we usually tell people, you change your mindset to, I get to. No, I get to be here today.
Yeah.
I get to live sober today. I get to live with my family and friends and see the people I care about. And I get to experience better health today. Or like, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to. Like, it's just kind of changing that energy from have to get to.
Yeah.
Really staying in that mindset. It's really
everything's, it's like that concept where if you look for red cars, you're going to see red cars. If you look for the opportunities in your life and what you get to do in your life, you're going to see your outlook will be better. You'll have more positivity.
Yeah, I want to add one more thing, positive energy. Why positive is important. When you be positive, when you're happy to do something, you're in relaxed mode. Relaxation help dilation, veins, vessel channels. Relaxation help cleanse the body better. Relaxation help stimulate more endorphin releasing. Okay, this is physiology. Like I said, you believe it's going to work, you don't believe it's still going to work. Nature doesn't care, you believe. Nature care, it's laws follow. If follow its law, you'll be rewarded anyway. On the other hand, when you be balanced, people, one of the things that people, afraid, I'm going to die soon. Well, death is not, it's not unhealthy. It's life cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's an expiration day. You know what I'm saying? When we expire, we expire. Heck, you want to go? No, you got to go. Somebody wanted your place. Someone wanted my place. The key is what do you do to make the best out of it. That's why the positive, relaxation mode, doing everything, is the very key factor to have true, full result and without injury. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, people, be positive for yourself. Nobody can get you. Okay?
It's actually a really funny concept because I was pretty stressed out at work, and I talked to some really wealthy people that you think would have a secret or something, how to handle stress. I asked two guys that are supposed to have, big companies, and reality is that they do the exact same things as like any normal person. They work out or exercise. One guy likes to ride a bike, but they exercise and they're just dealing with it better, but they're emotional. So there's just like weight loss and like weightlifting. There's no shortcut. There's no secret to how to deal with it better. And I just thought it was interesting that I thought these guys that would handle with more stress, with losing $1 million deals or whatever it may be, they might have some secret to handle stress better. But reality is they do the exact same things I do to handle stress.
Well, interesting. We'll wrap up here, but in my industry, we hear a lot of people come in, hey, help me learn how to cope with my problems better. And I'm like, okay, we can help you learn how to cope with your problems better. We give you some new skills, right? What if you reduced your problem?
A good life is a simple life.
because we want to put more water in your bucket. We just get a bigger bucket, and you just got a bigger bucket. Now you're carrying around a lot of these buckets. It gets really heavy. Or we could just not need so much crap. And I think in our culture here in America, we have a lot of stuffologists. People are always chasing the next thing, the next toy, the next accomplishment.
Yeah.
And it's never enough.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, you look back and say, I wish I would have worked, wish I would have like got a cooler car. Or you say like, I'm really grateful I spent time with my dad or my friends or my wife or my kids. I'm really grateful I got to enjoy a sunset.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I think we really care about when we're in tune with our compass. But when we're out of tune, we're chasing everybody else's bull.
Stuffology. I like
Stuffologists. Anything to wrap up, Dr. Ding?
Yeah. Last thing I want to say, smart person knows how to resolve problems. Genius know how to avoid problems. About it.
Well, thank you, Dr. Ding. Thank you, Keenan. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jerry.
Bye-bye.